Just kidding. You're all like, what? This is crazy. No, actually, I'm going to be really lame, and this is like forever long because I didn't know that everybody else's speech was going to be all short and cool and stuff. But yeah, so I wanted to thank you all for being here today, and I'd like to start off by saying that if I say anything too embarrassing today, Bri, since I got married first, it's far too late to retaliate. So.
That's what you think. I'll find ways.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I thought I'd start by telling you the story of how Bri and I know each other in the first place. Well, we were actually in the same gymnastics class way back when, but since we don't really remember that, we'll fast forward to middle school. We were assigned to sit next to each other in our science class. Well, you know, I'm really uncomfortable meeting new people, like, in case you can't tell, I'm, like, shaking my butt off right now. But she's sitting next to me, and she looks uncomfortable, too. So we sit there, and we're just waiting for everybody to get assigned. It's the lamest time ever, because we're both scared to death. And then all of a sudden, I just went, you know what? I'm going to have to sit next to this person. I had to introduce myself. So I did, and next thing I know, there's this bubbly, vibrant girl sitting next to me, and she hasn't stopped talking since. We used to get in a lot of trouble for talking in class, and we thought we'd get smart and start passing notes, but that doesn't work when you're all the way across the room from each other because you wouldn't shut your mouth in the first place. So, I mean, I forgot what I was going to say. We helped each other through some really tough times, too, and encouraged each other's dreams. We are each other's biggest cheerleader, and we never tell each other that we can't do something. Occasionally shouldn't, but never, never can't. No speech mentioning Brianna can be complete without mentioning some of her quirks. Brianna is bibliophobic, meaning she's morbidly afraid of books. Not really, but good luck getting her to open one. I seriously think it's just because it's such a large yes, that. See, I'm the smart one, yeah. It's such a large grouping of big words. A big word to Brianna, by the way, is anything that can't be abbreviated. I tried to talk her out of saying I will instead I do because it has 4 letters in will and only 2 in do. But yeah, she never opens a book, or a map either apparently, because this girl once attempted to walk from her grandmother's house to my house. You have to cross one major street and it's another block from there. Well, she managed to get to the church at the end of the street, so all she had to do was walk up the street. But instead, she decides to take a shortcut through the field behind this church. Well, okay, you can walk at a diagonal through the field and walk up a dead end, and my house is there, but she goes all the way around the field, crosses another major street, before calling me almost an hour later, a mile from her grandmother's house, trying to figure out where she is. But since then, obviously, she started driving. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, she's an insane driver. Like, you're stomping on your imaginary brake pedal, screaming out the window, just hoping somebody will see you. But it's not her fault. They say goldfish only have a 3-second attention span, and everybody knows blondes are as close to goldfish as it gets. I'm kidding. I mean, I know your hair's brown now, but I can't really make a brunette joke. It's in the blood. Yeah. I mean, it is. But obviously, Brianna has some good traits, too, or I wouldn't be standing here right now. She's one of the most caring and compassionate people I know. She cares deeply for her family and her friends, and she has a love for animals that surpasses what she feels for a lot of the human population. She rarely gets really, really angry. She thinks she does, but she doesn't. Out of all the time I've known her, we've never had a fight. And that doesn't mean that one or the other of us has never been ticked off. It just means that we value our friendship more than any other stupid little thing that might arise. She can always make you laugh and bring a smile to your face. Her perpetually optimistic nature might annoy some people, but they're not worth your time anyway. Brianna, I've always thought of you as the little sister that I never had. And in the past, I've made you feel guilty and tried to expand your horizons. But that's just because I love you so much. And I think of you as my little sister, so you get all the jerky big sister things from me too. So, I mean, that's why after all these years we're still friends, even though our lives and interests have changed so much. And every time we get together, whether it's been a day or a year, we never run out of things to talk about, and there's no awkwardness. That's a really rare thing indeed. I watched you grow from a giggling girl into the wonderful woman you are today. I love you to death, and I'd do anything for you, hence the dress. And then there's squash. a lot about you, and I actually included the story that Brianna told me that was just told to us. But that's about the only dirt I have on you, which is probably a good thing, because that means I know that you're the good guy that I think you are. But, you know, I know you're a really good guy, and I know you are exactly what Brianna is looking for. You should see the way she looks, just the look in her eyes every time she talks about you. You so obviously mean the world to her that it seems pointless to say it, but say it I shall. And I know that you'll take care of her, but there's something you really need to know. No matter what, Brianna is always right. And you will never win, so don't try. In all honesty, you're a lucky guy, but I don't need to tell you that. I can already see how much you'll love and adore her. Looking at the two of you now, it's impossible to think that anything bad could ever happen. It's also impossible to believe that you could ever be happier than you are right now. But as I'm sure you both know, there will be some really tough times. Times when you don't even want to look at each other. There will be times of great sadness, maybe even regret. Not about this. But if you continue to love and to honor and to respect each other and to continue to build your lives together, nothing can touch you. You'll always forgive one another, and more importantly, you'll stand by one another when no one else would. So now, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll please raise your glasses to toast this couple's life together. Brianna, Josh, I hope you have a wonderful life, full of happiness and love. You're perfect for each other. God bless you both. Oh, and have fun on the honeymoon. Brown chicken, brown cow.